Okay, so this is present in your book. Okay, so one example, this left side is one example and right side another example. So what are the things you should know? How to create the function means you should give the function keyword. Okay, keyword def. This is the keyword for defining the function def. Then function name. Function name, you can use any name, but you should follow the identifier rules. Okay, then these are the values for accepting the values from calling function. So these values are called parameters. Okay, actually this is a formal parameter. By the position, these parameters are called a formal parameter or formal arguments. Okay, see another example, the same keyword, the function name, but inside there is no parameters present. Okay, this is another way of processing. Okay, and come back the first example, s equal to x plus y. This is an expression. These statements are called a function body. So whatever you want to do in the function, you can give inside with the indentation. Okay, the space is called a indentation. Okay, so here also you can see this is called a indentation, the space we should give, right? Then the next program also you can see here they given only the print statement without return value. Okay, I already told you function will return the output as a result. Okay, so whatever the function it calling, it will again returns the data as a output. So we can also create a function with a return statement or without return statement. No return statement here, but here we are displaying the output by using print statement. Directly we are printing, not returning any value. Students understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, these are some different kinds. We can use any method. Okay, so yesterday we saw one example and I executed the program also. So today also I will show you some more examples, then we will go for next thing. Okay, so kindly understand everyone. So we can call the function. First we should define the function, right? So we can get any variables by using any temporary variable. Okay, these x and y are the temporary variables. So inside the sum function I'm going to add the values z equal to x plus y. Okay, then I'm going to return the value. This is the first method. So processing and returning the value. Okay, so this is called function, but the main program will execute first. So what is the present in the main program? I'm going to give two values, that is a comma b equal to 10 comma 25. Okay, these are the values. So now I'm going to call the function. Okay, print sum of. Sum is the function I'm going to call with what are the parameters? A comma b are the parameters I am passing. Okay, what are the values present in the a comma b?
10,
10,
25.
25.
10 comma
10,
25. So
25.
yes, this 10 in this a will store in this x, b will go into this y's place. Okay, so now x and y will has, x will have 10. Okay, x will have 10 and y will have 25. So what will happen inside the function?
It will be added.
Yes, it will be
Added.
added, and this z will store the data that after addition it will have 35. Okay, it will have 35 as the result, and the result z will be returned here, the same function. Okay, the sum function will call this function and it will perform all the operations, and the return statement will return the same data to the calling area where the call gets no, so it will return the data to that particular line. So then the print statement will display the answer. Okay, print you will get the answer 35 in the output screen. Okay, students understood everyone? See?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So even though this function is the first line of the program, it will not execute automatically until it is called. Okay. So it will execute only the main program. This is called main program. This is sub program. Function is a sub program. Okay. So a comma b equal to 10, 25. So a 10, b 25. This is the thing it going to assign the value. Then we are calling the function sum a comma b. Whenever it calling, no, it will pass the flow to the first line. You can see here it will go 6 to first line. Next I will give next line. See, it goes the process to first line and it getting the value. Okay, we are having two variables x, y. Okay, so whatever the variables present here, this is called formal parameters or formal arguments. Students understood? Formal parameters are formal arguments. Okay, so these are temporary variables. Okay, so just to hold the value, these are temporary. When the function completed means these values will delete. Okay, understood? So the variables present in the calling function, this main program function is called calling function. Here this variable is called actual parameter actual arguments. Okay, students understood?
Yes, sir.
Based on the position,
Yes, sir.
the variables have different names. Okay, so now next line what will happen, that z will store z will add two values. Z is see x plus y. Z stores 35 and it will return the output to that, it will return the value to this statement. Again it will go to sixth line only. Okay, see everyone, see, listen here. Return value 35. Okay, so this value will be returned to that sixth line. Okay, sixth line, that is print statement. So it printing the data in the output. Understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, but before that you can see there is something here, that is a sum function having the value for x, y, z. Okay, but after completing this function, these values are deleted. Okay, so these are temporary variables. Temporarily it will do everything and it will delete automatically after the function is completed. Okay, the main program is the permanent one. Okay, the function is a sub program and that is a temporary. So when it called means it will work, and after finishing its work, all the values and everything will be deleted. Understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So kindly note
Yes,
down
sir.
this one example, and we will see another example now. That is, write a program to check the given number is odd or even by using function. What is the condition for odd or even, students?
Modulo by 2 is equal to 0.
Yes, very good. The concept is we have to check the remainder after division 2. Okay, if the remainder is 0 means the number is even, otherwise false. So the remainder giving function is, the operator is modulo operator. Okay, so we have to create the function. The function name you can use anything. Okay, so based on the program you can give the name. So my program is odd or even, so I'm using the same name, odd or even. Okay, definitely it followed the identifier rules. Okay, I didn't overcome any rules. So inside we have to process one value that I will pass in the main program. I'm getting it as n here. Okay, so here what is the condition? If n modulo 2 equal to 0, if it true means we have to print n.
Even.
Yes, n is even. Okay, else if it false means we have to print n is odd. Okay,
Odd.
yes, very good. Okay, this is our function, that's all. Okay, here you see I didn't returning any value. I'm directly printing the output. I'm not going to return anything. Okay,
Sir, in function, we should not leave spaces, sir.
where? Here?
Odd or even. Yes, sir.
No, this is the rule for identifier. Identifier means that variable you are creating. No, there also you can
Yes.
you cannot give any special character except underscore. Okay, So instead of space, you can give like this, odd underscore or underscore even. Okay, like this you can create. Understood by everyone? That should follow
Yes.
the rules of identifier. That's all. Identifier, you can just go through that. I already given 5 important rules. You should always follow that rule, right? So I'm deleting this underscore.
Yes, sir.
So the main program, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a value for checking the value is odd or even. From the user, I'm going to get the value, right? In the A is another variable I'm using in the main program. That is, I'm getting as an input integer, enter a number. Okay, this we already know. Enter a number. Okay, so after getting the number, I'm going to call the function odd or even function by passing which value? We have to pass which value, pa?
A value.
A.
A. Yes, A only we are getting, so we have to pass A. Okay, this is the variable present in the main program. So now what will happen? So it will get the data here, first step. Then next step, it will call the function, this one, with the value A. So whatever the value we are assigning in the A, this will be passed to N. Okay, so then remaining things we know. That is, it will check the condition. It will print either N is even or odd depending upon the value, right? Understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts?
No,
No.
sir.
No.
No, right, very good. So see here, so I'm going to execute the first step. You see it getting the value. Okay, so see here, enter a number, it getting this statement. So here I'm going to give the value 7. Okay, the input is 7 and I am submitting, right? It takes AS7 and the next step it's going to call the function odd or even. Okay, so when it called, no, so now what will happen? This function will call and A, that is 7, will go to N, right? So see here, the N has the value 7. So now inside the function, this is the function body, it will check the condition if N modulo 2 equal to 0. So the statement is true or false, students?
False.
False. So false means what will happen? So this is false. So it will go for
7
else
is
part. Okay, it will go for else part. So see here, the second line is false. So it go for fifth line. It's going to print N is odd. N means 7. 7 is odd in the output. Understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
So whatever we are doing in the normal program, we can also do it with the help of function. Okay, so the main advantage of function is reusability. Okay, so now I'm going to use another program for reusability. So kindly everyone understand what is reusability. That is, a same function can be executed for any number of times. Okay, so this is the program, students, kindly understand. The first thing, that is, I am using the function name called AOS. That is area of square. I'm going to calculate here. AOS means area of square. Okay, and getting one value A. What is the formula for A area of square, students?
A square.
A square. Okay, so A square you can calculate by A into A, or you can use A star star 2. Okay, both you can use. Understand, students? Both is same. A into A or A star star 2. Both are useful. You can use it here. Then another function, that is, I'm going to use one more function, area of circle. Okay, having one value R. So formula for circle area is, area of circle, what is the formula?
Pi r square.
Yes, pi r square. So we know the value for pi, that is 3.14 constant, r square. Okay, this is the formula. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to assign the value first, that is side 10, radius 5. So this alone the main program. Okay, this is function 1, this is function 2, second function, first function. Okay, so we're having two values. First I'm going to call this area of side with sorry, area of square with the side value. What is the value present inside?
10.
10.
10.
So now it will process this function, and what will be the answer? 10 square
100.
100.
100. So 100 will be the output for this statement. Okay, first one, the answer is 100. Then next one, next statement is AOC of radius. What is radius? Radius value
5.
5. So it will call this function with the 5. So then it will return some value, right? It will return some value here. Okay, again I am going to call the function. Which function, students? AOS means which function?
Area of
Area of
square.
square. Okay, what is the value I am passing?
25.
25.
25. So what will be the answer? It will call that function and it will return 625 square means you will get 625. Okay. Again, I'm going to call the same function AOS with the value 5.8. So like this, you can call the same function any number of times. Okay. So this particular function will be treated as a temporary thing. You can access for any number of times. It will just process and it will return those value to the particular function repeatedly, whatever, any number of times you can call and it will process and return you. Okay, this is concept reusability. We are reducing the program length. Okay, don't need to give the same coding for repeatedly. You can just reduce the coding. Understood, students? Here area of square I accessed 3 times. Area of circle I called only 1 time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now
Yes,
I will
sir.
show you the output. See, first we are going to create two variables, side 10, radius 5. Okay. This alone the original values. First I am going to call the area of side, that is area of square with the side value. So it will return the value 100. You see the output, students? 100. Then again I'm going to next step, area of circle. This only will call this function. Okay, next function with the value radius having 5. So it will do that particular operation and it will return the answer 78.5. Okay, it not returning, it directly printing the value. No return statement. Return statement means you need a return keyword in the function. Understood, students? Return,
Yes, sir.
that is a different kind of programming. You can return the value or you can print the output directly. So after execution this, I am going again the same area of square function with a different value. Here not using the side like this. Okay, I'm not using side. I am using 25. So it passing 25 into the function here and calculating 25 square and returns the output 625. Okay, so again the next line, area of square with the value 5.8. Again at passing and returning the answer 33.64. Okay, understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
we can access the functions for any number of times. This is called a function, the reusability, everything. Okay, so kindly practice with a lot of programs. Okay, then only you can understand this concept. Very, very important concept, students, because the next chapter is a recursion. That is the advanced topic of this one. And we are also having library, one more chapter that is also related to this function. Okay, so kindly understand this. If there is any doubt, you ask me. Okay, so next we will go with another example. That is another concept. Students, everyone noted?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes. So the next concept is you should know about the variables scope. Okay, variables scope. Scope means Kishore, don't do anything, Kishore. Kishore, can you hear me? Don't do anything, just listen. So scope means, students, don't think about any games. Okay. So scope means that is accessibility or visibility. Okay, in the program of function, this is called accessibility or visibility. Everyone write it down. Visibility means from where we can visible that particular variable. Okay, we are having two kinds of variables, that is local variable and a global variable. Okay, so we can also say this scope as a lifetime of a variable. Lifetime of a variable. Everyone note down these things. Lifetime of a particular variable. So we should know about two variables, that is a local variable and a global variable. So simply we can say with one example, okay, so again I'm going for the tutor website. I already having some example, right? See, everyone, the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes. So whatever the variable we are having in the main program, these are the variables, side, radius, these are the variable. The variables present in the main program is called a global variable. Okay, that's all. That is the definition. Variables present in the main program is called global variable. Okay, the variables present inside the function is called a local variable. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
The
Sorry.
variables present in the main program is called global variable. Variables present in the subprogram, the function, is called a local variable. Okay, that is present inside the function, or we already know about that looping concept, control statements. That is within a block means, within particular block means, that is called a local variable. So now what is the scope here? That is, we already know that visibility, lifetime, that I explained, So this local variable can be accessed only within that particular block. That is this A variable you can access only inside this particular function. You cannot access anywhere outside. Okay. But this global variable can be accessed anywhere in the program. Anywhere, that entire program you can use this global variable. But local variables can be accessed only in the particular function or a block. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then the another term is lifetime. Lifetime means this local variable lifetime is only within the function. That is temporary variable. But global variable lifetime is up to the end of the entire program execution. Okay, up to the execution, this global variable will work. Okay, but local variable will available only up to the time of this function execution. Okay, so now I will show you that scope. So the same function, okay, so I don't need these extra functions. So the same program, students, I'm going to simply change one thing, that is we know these two are the global variables. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, so I'm going to print inside the side, I'm going to print the side also. Okay, side equal to side. Okay, I'm going to print that variable. Okay, I'm going to access that side, the global variable inside the function. Understood, everyone? The side is the global variable. I am accessing this outside variable into the inside by using the same variable name, side. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but I am going to use this that A variable outside the function. Okay, after finishing everything, I am going to print that variable. Print A equal to A. I'm going to access that variable. I'm trying to access. Now you can see what will happen, right? This is a global variable. You can use anywhere in the program, even in the functions, you can use anywhere. Understood? But this a is a local variable. You cannot use outside the function. Okay. So see the execution. It will work everything. We already know these things. After calling the function, students area of square, it's going to pass the value. Students mute yourself. So it's going to print a square, that is 100, and the next statement side equal to side. Okay, that is side is the statement and this is the value. Okay, so see it is visible here. Students understood? Because it is a global variable, we can view from anywhere. Understood by everyone?
Yes, sir.
That is a visibility, that is a variable scope. Because it is a global scope, we can view from anywhere. Okay, the next it will process area of circle and we will get the output that we know. But again the next statement, it going for this one. Students listen everyone, print a equal to a we know there is variable present in the function. If you access means what will happen? You see here it's showing the error, name a is not defined. Students understood? Name a is not defined means what? There is no variable called a in this particular program. It's showing like this. Understood by everyone? There is no variable called a. The visibility is it cannot access that variable present inside the function. That is a sub program. That lifetime is within the function only. Okay, it can available that lifetime of the particular variable is within this function. We cannot get outside of that particular function. That is called a local variable. Understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Students, any
Yes,
doubts?
sir.
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
What about girls? Everyone understood? Local variable and global variable. Okay,
Yes,
the
sir.
concept is you should know about the lifetime and the scope. Okay, that is visibility. We can visible these global variables in the entire program. We can use anywhere in the sub programs, blocks, anywhere in the program you can use that particular main program variable. Okay, but the local variables can be accessed only inside the function, only within the function. This R will be accessed only within this function. You cannot access the same R in the next function. That is also not possible. This A in the next function, that is also not possible. It only accessible within this function. That's all. Okay. Understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. So everyone note down. This is a local variable and global variable. They will ask like what is the difference between local variable and global variable. So you can explain this with the example. You just write this arrow mark here. You give arrow mark here and write global variable. And here you can write this is a local variable. Okay, that's all. And you can explain the visibility. This is visible into the entire program. Local variables within the function only. That is the thing. That's all. They will ask in the exam what is the difference between local variable and a global variable. Understood, students? So hereafter, all the chapters, all the questions you should explain with the example. The suitable example is very much needed. So kindly listen everything. Any doubts you can ask me. So you can write this example under this last statement. You can give the error like this is a local variable we cannot access outside the function. So it is showing the error, that is name error. Okay. You should know the rules and that reason for the error. Okay, that is the concept. Understood by everyone?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Very good.